Hello! Hey guys. So I just tried to do a vlog and I just stopped on the side of the road and double checked my camera and fucking realized the whole time it wasn't fucking recording. So I'm actually gonna have to do it over again. But anyways, I don't mind. It's a nice night tonight. It's kind of cool. Maybe 17, 18. You can really feel it when you get away from civilization, or should I say the countryside. You can feel the coolness, and it's very fucking enjoyable, considering how fucking disgustingly rainforest hot it's been lately. Literally, it's been like the fucking Amazon for the last 2 weeks. Anyways, enough the fucking complaining. Tonight I'm going to be doing a topic, and guess what? It's psychology related again. Yay! But this time it has to do with social classes. And I think it's a very important topic because, I mean, if you honestly think there's no fucking social class anymore, you know, elitism is gone, you know, we're all equal because of this technological society we live through. I mean, honestly, well, these are nice turns. I mean, honestly, you couldn't be more wrong. I mean, these people, I mean, you have to be really blind, because if you look, really, our society, I mean, literally, we're just like a society today is like a technological class society. That's the best way to see it. It's the same class system we've always had, but with technology, with cell phones, pretty much, and computers, and the internet. And this guy's just gonna fucking gun it. Okay. But anyway, ow, fucking bombs. You can't go too fast. People can pull out any time here. There's driveways everywhere. Okay. I mean, if you look at society, I mean, really, if you look at people, I mean, if you look at society, alright, I mean, there are classes. I mean, fuck. If anything, actually, the gap between the rich and poor is growing. Like, for example, in the US, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I can understand, 1% of the population owns 80% of the wealth, 80 or 90% of the wealth, something like that. Like, that's fucking incredible. Whereas in the 70s, for example, 1% of the population owned 40% of the wealth. So, I mean, look at how much inequality in our society has actually been growing. So, I mean, if anyone out there thinks, you know, we're all equal now, technology's here, I mean, you couldn't be more wrong. I'm going to be talking about how people view each other as a society. I mean, I work a retail job, you know what? And you know what? I don't care. Fucking judge me, I don't care. I really don't. For working a retail job. I mean, fucking do it, I don't care. I mean, if anyone else here has ever worked retail, you know what I'm talking about. There's some fucking entitled damn people out there, man. Some fucking absolutely entitled people out there who seem to think that just because you work in retail, they can treat you like they're fucking slave. You know, treating you people with absolutely no respect, and it's because they think, oh, you know, they work retail, they're, you know, oh, they make less money than me, I'm so much better. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. And there's actually scientific studies out there that show that that there actually is a psychological effect. And it's not even so much not being able to afford things, it's the actual feeling of being poor. The actual feeling of having less money than somebody else actually affects us psychologically. Isn't that fucked up? Like, there's this guy on YouTube, and he was in the Zeitgeist Moving Forward documentary as well. His last name is Wilkins, I think? Wilkins? This guy's name is Wilkins. His last name, I forget his fucking first name. God damn it. But if you look up Wilkins, social relations or inequality, like a keyword like that, you'll find his stuff. You'll find his thoughts. But yeah, like there's studies that actually show that in more unequal societies, like for example the US, which is an even more unequal, which is actually a more unequal society than Canada all in all, but they actually found that there tends to be more stress, less trustworthiness between people, more mental health problems, more overall health problems like heart rate, like like heart problems and stuff, I guess due to the stress of being in a more unequal society. Yeah, there's actually, I guess, more stress all in all by being in a more unequal society. But anyways, yeah, so there's actual scientific studies out there that actually show that, as I was talking before being interrupted with that Bronte thing there, that Bronte Street being closed, there's actually, the mere fact of having less money than somebody else can actually make you feel, not even just being, I'm not even talking about being able to afford basic needs, there's an actual psychological stress, because you feel like by having less money you actually feel, that in itself brings more stress, and it makes you feel like you have less value. And I mean, it's true, and it's true. I mean, like, if you look at people who make a lot of money, they tend to actually have extremely high egos about themselves. They tend to have an incredibly entitled attitude. It shows the fucked upness of our economic system in itself, and what capitalism and fascism is really all about. I mean, fuck. This excessive competitive nature in our society, it brings people down. And I mean, if you look at people tend to value, they tend to hang out with other people based on how much money they make. Like, for example, rich people tend to have rich friends, whereas poor people who, I don't know, who work at Walmart, who work at, I don't know, in a restaurant, they tend to hang out with their economic group. This guy's going really slow, really fucking slow, and it's pissing me off. Come on, let's go. Anyways. Oh, distractions. Ew, poor animal. But yeah, people tend to, people who make less money tend to hang out with people who make less money, as if that is the value of one's character. Like, no, it's not. And rich people, they want to hang out with rich people. They don't want to associate with the lower classes. And that attitude is prevalent. I mean, just look honestly at society. I mean, that's the way it is. And it doesn't have to be that way, but this lack of empathy because of this fucking social class system is just ridiculous. But anyway, and of course you look at romantic relationships, same thing. People who marry each other tend to have similar incomes. It's not a coincidence. I mean, you could say it's just coincidence. I don't think so. I think it's because people care a lot about fucking wealth and material possessions, as if that was the value of one's character, And people also tend to become the career that they are. So for example, if you're a business person, you tend to be very business-like, and math, you tend to see the world in numbers and money. Whereas if you work in a restaurant, you'd see the world as more feeding people or something like that. It's crazy, isn't it? But all in all, you know, like when I don't personally, I really try, but honestly, like from my perspective, I don't, and this is how I treat people. I don't treat people differently based on how much money they make. I will treat a rich person the same way I would treat somebody who makes $20,000 a year. I don't care. I don't value it. I will not value any more than somebody who makes less money than you. I'm not gonna value, you know, a rich person more just for the fucking materialistic possession. I am honestly not impressed with how much money you make. I don't care how much you flaunt it in my face, because honestly, I could fucking care less how much money you make. I really, really do. You know, like, your personality, I am not friends with people. I do not create relationships with people based on their income. I create relationships, and I see people based on how much they value other people, and of course how much they value themselves, of course, you know? That's how I see people. I see people based on the goodness for how they treat themselves and how they treat other people. I see, you know, like, for me, so anyways, for me, I don't define richness in material possessions or in money. I define richness on the quality of one's character, what they do for other people, and how they also treat themselves, of course, you know? Like, that's how I see people. That's true richness, rich personality, rich character, not fucking monetary based character. But anyways, that's my little rant for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's not too fucking long when I get home. We'll see how long it is. But anyways, have a good night.